Behold Saskatchewan, the land of living skies, of the great Tommy Douglas and Kim Coates. Now, if you don't recognize the name, you'll surely recognize the mug, because Kim has been in some of Hollywood's biggest movies. Pictures like Black Hawk Down, Pearl Harbor, and The Client.
You talk to the feds tomorrow, I'll kill you. And if you tell anyone about me, I'll kill you slow.
Thing is, this guy never really set out to be an actor. In fact, he had never seen a play until he studied drama at the University of Saskatchewan. But once hooked, he dove into the theater. And at the Stratford Festival, he became the youngest Macbeth ever. He got to play the role that made Marlon Brando a star, Stanley Kowalski in A Streetcar Named Desire. Now, to date, Kim has been in close to 50 movies, done dozens of TV shows. And look, with that kind of output, not everything is going to be, well, A Streetcar Named Desire.
That's fair enough, good.
But even in a box office bomb like Battlefield Earth, Kim was really interesting.
There's nothing we can do for them.
He is picky about the types of bad guys he'll play. We'll find out where he draws the line, and he's never wanted to be tied down to a series, but then this came along.
Sends a message to Darby, kill two birds with one crow.
Tig Traeger. That's right, as a member of Sam Crow on the Sons of Anarchy. On the surface, yeah, Tig is a bit of a psycho, but he puts a lot of soul into a character, and he's finally getting the recognition he deserves.
She needs to know you still love her.
What are you talking about?
Gemma, the thing that's causing her the most pain is thinking you don't want her anymore.
Please welcome to the show, Kim Coates.
Nice to have you, man.
Hello, man. Thank you. Good to see you, sir.
Did you call my people and see what I was wearing today? Or did my people call your people? And
I saw him backstage, and I'm like, oh, God, this is unbelievable.
we look very good together.
What you can't see in the details is he's got pinstripes on.
I do.
You know, which is very nice.
I got dressed up for you, George.
Those things, man.
They're hectic, actually. Yeah, it's nice to be in Toronto. Hi, Toronto.
It's been an unbelievable run for you.
Yeah.
You work consistently, and then the Sons of Anarchy thing is just almost feels like a game changer to the public. Does it feel like one for you?
It does.
Yeah?
I had no idea of the power of television. I really mean that. I did not get into this business to be a celebrity. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
You seem to have made choices, too, in that way.
Thanks, yeah, I did. I mean, 50 movies, maybe more than that now, I don't know, but I always said no to television when it came to being a regular on a television show. I've done arcs, but never a regular, and it was time to do one. I think cable has some amazing television now, right? I mean, I think there's some amazing, well-written for women, too, like awesome parts for women, which is all, it makes me really excited, actually. So I said yes to Sons of Anarchy, and it's really sort of changed my world, yeah.
That's the thing, you are particular about your bad guys. The fact that you even mentioned the fact that cable is a good place for roles for women. This is a series that focuses on the surface, the 1%ers, this outlaw biker gang, but really this is a TV series that showcases strong women.
Absolutely.
This is about Gemma.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, in the biggest way, which is, you know, Katie Siegel's character. But why, is that because you have daughters? Is this why you are this guy?
I've had no choice. My wife's been slapping me around for 27 years, and I have to back that up as much as I can. I love strong women, man. That's what makes the world go around.
When you get into a show, knowing that you want to make films and play characters that are important, and you see how bad a bad guy can be, do you have to really fight with them and say, I can't do this? Most network television now is rape storylines all the time when it comes to girls.
Yeah, I've never played a rapist. I've never played a pedophile. I just won't do it. I just won't do it. But that said...
Why won't you do it?
I just won't do it.
Yeah?
I don't, you know, just won't. But that said, Costner, who's a really close friend of mine, Kevin, he just goes, you know, you're so colorful. The bad guys get the parts. You know, they're written for. It's tough to be a leading man. It's tough. You know, I got the easy job. I can do things, cut hair, get fat, wear a mullet like Goon, and, you know, bad ties, and be funny, and work hard. But Kevin has to be a leading man and be interesting. That's hard, if you ask me.
What's the thing about the Sons of Anarchy, the Outlaws? What's the fascination with outlaw culture?
Well, it's Sopranos on bikes, right? I mean, the reviews came out, it was pretty early on, that this is a great series because of the Hamlet mythology of it all. For those of you who've seen it, it's very Hamlet-based, and I'm a big fan of Hamlet, so we all know it doesn't doesn't end good. There's going to be some more bloodshed. And we're all character actors. Even Katie, beautiful Katie, Charlie Hunnam, right? He's one of those hunky, incredibly talented kids from Newcastle, and we all get along. We all love each other.
The idea of a complicated bad guy, you know, a psychopath with a heart, which your character has. Are there things that you just, like, big roles that you've turned down and then seen them later and go, ah, yeah.
Do you know what, George? I try not to see the roles I turn down, just in case the guy was good. I can honestly say, though, that I've never regretted. I think that's really important in my business. You're going to make wrong, right, medium, but I've never regretted anything that I said yes or no to. Even the ones that I did that didn't turn out the way I wanted, I still feel I gave it, you know, as much as I could.
I think you also might be, are you the only actor who's been in 3 of the biggest, even controversial films? You were in Waterworld, right?
I was.
You were also in Battlefield Earth.
Absolutely.
And Pearl Harbor.
Absolutely.
You're like the only guy who's been in those 3 films.
Alec Baldwin and I in Pearl Harbor. Oh my God, what a mistake. Baldwin and I show up, you know, he's playing Doolittle, I'm his right-hand guy, and show up, get the haircut, and I'm looking around going, why am I the only one who looks like I'm in World War II? Why has everyone got Hollywood haircuts and I've got this bad oil in my head? And Baldwin and I go, hey, you got your Lucky Strikes yet? I go, no, let's go get them right now. Went to the props guy and said, where are our Lucky Strikes? And the guy, you're smoking? I said, it's World War II. Of course we're smoking. My guy smoked 2 packs a day. I know, I looked him up. And the guy, cigarettes, I don't. We found out that they'd been shooting for 5 weeks without us, and Disney didn't want any smoking. So Alec and I refused to listen to that. So we got cut out of that movie like you wouldn't believe.
Really?
Yeah. We had 3 scenes. We saw each other at the premiere and went, I guess we'll not smoke in the next one. They don't want us to. Because we did lose 3 scenes, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's not you don't regret the moment, because it must have been a hell of an experience.
It was a big movie.
What was Battlefield like?
Listen. Listen.
It's not loaded. I'm not asking you to load it away.
No, it's loaded, but that's okay, George.
No, it's not loaded. I'm curious.
You're Canadian royalty.
No. I'm genuinely curious, because here's the thing. I actually really liked Waterworld. I really liked Waterworld. Yeah. I enjoyed the film. Battlefield, I was fine with. Right? But what was the experience like as an actor when you walk into something that you know is building a different...
I'm not a very religious guy.
Right.
I'm a spiritual guy, I think. I don't even know what I believe in, but I'm not religious. And I have to say that when I walked into the meeting with Roger Christian and the producers, the first question was, okay, so you know this isn't a Scientology movie. That's the first thing that was laid on the table. And I said, no worries. I like the script. I hear Barry Pepper's doing it. I'm a big fan of his.
Great guy.
Forrest Whitaker, love him.
Yeah.
And Travolta, who was one of the biggest stars at that time, right? And so we did it, and it didn't work, you know? It didn't work. But that wasn't from lack of trying again. I just think the script was a tad weak.
You know, it's...
What do you think, George?
Listen, Did
you buy John in that 8-foot suit?
No.
No.
No, I didn't.
No one did.
But herein lies the rub.
Did you like my extensions?
You pull it off. Here's what I think that works. There's 3 levels, right? There's that John Travolta megastar where at a certain point you only see the actor more than the character.
That's true.
Then there's the working actor, which is in the bottom, and then there's the guy in the middle, which I think is what is a great spot to be in, which you appear to be in. Character actor, which is basically a working actor who stands out, you know, and when you set out, like when you were in theater in Saskatchewan,
sure,
you know, or you moved out to the East Coast,
sure,
did you have an idea of what kind of career you wanted to put together?
I just wanted to be a really good actor. And when I first got to Toronto, again, all true, my agent at the time, wow, tough guy, blue eyes, ooh, let's get you into films right away. I said, no, it's not happening. I'm not going to, I need to do more theater. I think I did like 27 or 28 professional plays, including Stratford and Broadway, and before I did my first movie, so I'm really
young as Macbeth. Were you
26?
27?
I think 27, yeah.
That's a young, at the time, the youngest?
Yeah, I think the youngest Macbeth ever, yeah. John Neville directed me. It was really, yeah, it was great.
That's a big moment. I want to show you we'll show you a photo here. Can we show you a photo? Pull this photo up here. Look at this. This goes back to 1979.
Look at that arm.
Yeah, that's called Creeps, right? 1979.
What's with the pose? What's with the pose?
We got these photos from the University of Saskatchewan Drama Department.
We got them.
I want to look at this one here. This is, you're practicing to be Jean Chrétien, right here. Taming of the Shrew. I did. But didn't Creeps go to Edinburgh? That was a pretty
did.
Yeah. What was that experience like?
Then I knew I had to be an actor. That's when I came home. I remember going up to my girlfriend, now wife, Diana Chappell, and saying, I think I want to be an actor. What do you think? She said, ooh, okay. I guess I'll have to work a lot. I didn't really see that happening. And then my buddies, too, they all said, wow, you know, great. Knock it out of the park. And they're more happy for me than I am, I think, now, really, weirdly enough. They save all the clippings. And
it's a pretty big moment. I realize it is like an athlete in the sense that it does take a village to make somebody successful in their life, doesn't it?
It's important to have friends like that.
It's the same year as this picture, 1980. Let's go to the next one here. I like this one. Play it again, Sam.
Look at that hair. I worried about my hair now, let alone then.
Back then? How do you... I mean, listen, a successful career is one thing, but you've been with your girl for, what, 27 years?
Yeah, marriage, yeah. Longer than that.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
But... do you choose roles now knowing the fact that you have daughters who are old enough to say, that's my dad?
No.
No?
My daughters have nothing to do with what I choose. But it does have something to do with what they can see.
Really?
Yeah. I was so happy to do a movie called Carpool in 1995. It was a kids' movie. So that my kids could actually see something that Daddy was in. Because I don't think they ever thought that Daddy really acted, because there's nothing that Diana could show them that I was in, because it was pretty... yeah, but Brenna, my little one, I guess I wasn't there, but Diana said that when she took Brenna to see Carpool on the big screen, all she did was cry. She thought I was gone. I'd gone to movie heaven. I don't know what.
Yes, Dad, no! Come back! That'll come out in a therapy bill later, won't it? It sure will. Stick around. When we come back, I'm going to talk to Kim about a couple things. So the characters is more like Macbeth, Kowalski, or Dracula. Anthropology next.
What you want for the women?
We're not for sale.
Not for sale. I mean, there's no such thing as not for sale. Not for sale. Not for sale. Now, are they a pair, or would you consider selling them separate?
No. Our business is done here unless you got some resin for sale you can part with.
Wall-to-wall, Kim Coates. It's the breadth of your career that's so fascinating to me.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Young Jack Black in that film, too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's a lot of fun.
You were close with your family?
Yes.
Your father passed away just as Sons was starting to become something.
Correct.
What would you have thought of this?
Dad was always the most proud, and my mom. I mean, they met in a bowling alley.
That's pretty
Safeway
great.
and Eaton's. I mean, right? I'm going to be an actor. A what? Like my mom. You gotta love my mother. I just did a movie in Saskatoon. I did two, actually. The hotbed of movie making. Who knew?
Right.
I stayed with my mother. I didn't stay at the Besbro. I stayed with my mom.
That's amazing,
and
man.
my mom said to me, she said to me, I don't know what, she just said to me, I didn't realize you had to work so hard. I just thought you memorized and just... And I go, that's right, Mom. It's all magic.
How long did you stay with her?
2.5 weeks, this project, a month before that.
At a certain point, a lot of people go, I'm too old to stay with my family, but obviously you did that on purpose.
I'll never do it again. But, I mean, it was fun.
So you play a biker in Sons of Anarchy, right?
Yeah.
All right, so if you had to in your real life, crotch rocket, dirt bike, Harley.
Harley.
Come on.
I have it.
All right. Macbeth, Stanley Kowalski, or Dracula. You've played them all on stage. Which is most like your personality?
Kowalski.
Can you say Macbeth now, or do you still have to call it the Scottish play?
You know, you can say Mac as long as we're not in the theater. This is sort of a CBC sort of bastardized theater, so you can.
Yeah, you can say that.
You can say Macbeth. Yeah.
Who do you think out there in the world needs a good punch in the face?
Every GOP candidate.
Everyone, eh?
Every single one. It's not the name.
Is that when you feel most Canadian, when you watch the American Republican?
I never not feel most Canadian, George.
Really?
I love the weather. I love my palm trees. I love that I love going everywhere to work, but I'm Canadian through and through.
All right. When was the last time you cried?
Pretty much every day. Still pathetic. Monsters, Inc., probably.
Really? It's great to see you, man.
No, it's not, George.
Good coach, everybody. Sons of Anarchy, FX Canada. We'll be right back. Behold Saskatchewan, the land of living skies, of the great Tommy Douglas and Kim Coates. Now, if you don't recognize the name, you'll surely recognize the mug, because Kim has been in some of Hollywood's biggest movies. Pictures like Black Hawk Down, Pearl Harbor, and The Client.
You talk to the feds tomorrow, I'll kill you. And if you tell anyone about me, I'll kill you slow.
Thing is, this guy never really set out to be an actor. In fact, he had never seen a play until he studied drama at the University of Saskatchewan. But once hooked, he dove into the theater. And at the Stratford Festival, he became the youngest Macbeth ever. He got to play the role that made Marlon Brando a star, Stanley Kowalski in A Streetcar Named Desire. Now, to date, Kim has been in close to 50 movies, done dozens of TV shows. And look, with that kind of output, not everything is going to be, well, yeah, Tig is a bit of a psycho, but he puts a lot of soul into a character, and he's finally getting the recognition he deserves.
She needs to know you still love her.
What are you talking about?
Gemma, the thing that's causing her the most pain is thinking you don't want her anymore.
Please welcome to the show, Kim Coates!
Nice to have you, Nick.
Hello, man. Thank you. Good to see you, sir.
Did you call my people and see what I was wearing today? Or did my people call your people? And
I saw backstage, I'm like, oh, God, this is unbelievable.
we look very good together.
What you can't see in the details is he's got pinstripes on.
I do.
You know, which is very nice. Welcome
I got dressed up for you, George.
Those things, man.
They're hectic, actually. Yeah, it's nice to be in Toronto. Hi.
Car Named Desire.
That's far enough, far enough. Good, 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 good.
But even in a box office bomb like Battlefield Earth, Kim was really interesting.
There's nothing we can do for them.
He is picky about the types of bad guys he'll play. We'll find out where he draws the line, and he's never wanted to be tied down to a series, but then this came along.
Sends a message to Darby. Kill two birds with one crow.
Tig Traeger. That's right, is a member of Sam Crow on the Sons of Anarchy. On the surface,